Hey there, welcome in. It's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to take a look at the energy for the upcoming week, which is November 10th through the 16th, 2025. So thanks so much for being here. This is a collective look at the upcoming week. I hope you are all doing well. So last week I mentioned that you could experience a happy surprise. Did any of you have a happy surprise? And if so, mention it down below. If you don't want to say what the happy surprise is, that's fine. I'm just curious because I'm wondering if I was overly optimistic with the happy surprise part. I'm just curious. I had a surprise last week, but it was not happy. So I'm just wondering what your experience was. Okay, so we are looking at next week. Overall energy. So calling in our guides and guardians, asking for advice and guidance on the upcoming week. Show us the overall energy of next week. This is a collective look at this upcoming week, November 10th through the 16th, 2025. Collective look, overall energy for those watching. What do we have? Oh, nice. Four of Wands, celebration. Okay, we're off to a good start. I don't know why I feel so much anxiety for next week, but I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. But that could just be me. All right, I want to ask the question, don't do this and then do this. All right. What should we avoid? What should you avoid next week? Looking at this upcoming week. Avoid or don't do this. Where can we find flow? What is well aspected this week? Man, my cards do not want to shuffle. What is well aspected? Where can we find flow? Do this. All right, we'll take that one. Man, the cards are shuffling really weird today. All right, and then just general advice and guidance for all of those watching in regards to next week. Advice and guidance. Yeah, I've been hearing that kind of all day when I think about the energy, and I was feeling into the energy of the upcoming week, is patience. I just keep hearing that. That's going to be the advice. And part of that could be, I'm pretty sure Mercury is in retrograde. So, you could just need extra patience because of, tech problems, delays, that sort of thing. But just in general, next week, I kept seeing the color purple, or not purple. Well, I said purple, so that could be helpful, but I kept seeing the color pink. So that the pink ray brings in the energy of patience, kindness, compassion, nurturing yourself. So that's the color that is really coming through. But I do like the lilac and the purple as well. Those are really good colors to help you stand in your truth, stand in your authenticity. So that could be really helpful. But I love that the overall energy of next week is the Four of Wands, celebration, finding something to celebrate, coming together. This could be, maybe you have something planned, a party or a gathering, but it's a celebration. Really nice energy here. It's coming together with other people. And we need to do that, especially if you're having a rough time, or if you are depressed or just having a rough go right now. One of the best things you can do is get together with people you enjoy being around and celebrate something, because that does lift up your frequency, and it helps lift up the frequency of everyone around you. So that's a great message. So we're asking here, don't do don't do this. Queen of Pentacles. So where you might find some obstacles this week. Queen of Pentacles. So you may not feel super grounded this week. You may not feel very resourceful, or you could feel in lack. Pay attention to where you are feeling in lack, or where maybe you feel like people aren't showing up for you in the way that you are hoping that they will show up for you. I'm trying to think what else I'm kind of feeling with this card. Yeah, it kind of feels like, I don't know. It feels like the energy of really hoping that you can depend on somebody, but they let you down. And maybe that's why that color pink is coming through, just to remind us to have patience and compassion for others, because you don't know what someone else is going through, and maybe they're not able to show up as their best self. And maybe this is you not able to show up and deliver, your best. But that's where we can find some hiccups this week. And I feel like this is more in your close relationships. So just be mindful of that. Where can we find flow? Interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. I keep really hearing independence. You don't rely on others this week. Rely on yourself. And again, this feels like maybe people forgetting appointments, or forgetting that they said that they were going to do something. It kind of feels like that. So, going your own way, having your own back, and having a lot of patience. So the Three of Pentacles in reverse, this is the energy of burnout, being unorganized. This can be insubordination. It's kind of a rebellious energy. And I'm wondering if a lot of people are just feeling kind of rebellious. This is where you are going to find flow, though, this week, which is interesting. And maybe that's why we are being asked to find something to celebrate, find a way to focus on what is working well in your life, a way to kind of channel your frustration. It kind of feels like that. Overall, it does. I mean, the energy feels okay, but I will say that it does feel like there's a lot of delays this week. Delays, letdowns, So again, just be patient. I think patience is going to be your ally this week. The crystal that was coming forward, and I'm not surprised, is black tourmaline. So black tourmaline is very protective. It's great for, it can help with anxiety because it is very grounding, but it cleanses your aura. It's just a very protective stone. So black tourmaline is going to be our friend. Overall advice and guidance, we've got the Fool in reverse. I wouldn't start anything new this week. I would also avoid all or nothing kind of attitude this week. That's not going to be very helpful. Be very mindful of your temper. Don't fly off the handle. It will come back to bite you in the ass. So be very careful about that. Yeah. Just don't fly off the handle. This is, think twice before doing things. It's okay to be hesitant. If you have a big decision you have to make this week, sleep on it. Don't rush into anything this week. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing. Let me know below, and I'll talk to you real soon.